Not my day, guys. Legs feel like tree trunks. 1k to go. Oh, I can't come soon enough.
That's me sitting there, defeated, deflated, after running the 15 kilometres at the GC30. Hi guys, how you going? Well, it's been a few days since that horrible 15k that I ran at the GC30, and I'm glad I've taken a few days to digest what happened on the day. I might have had a horrible run there at the Gold Coast, but I am so grateful and so fortunate that I'm able to run at those events when so many other people can't, whether it be health issues, injuries, or maybe you live in a country that's being stricken by war and conflict. When you put all those things into perspective, it's just a run. You know, I'm very lucky to be able to do something that I love. Not every run is going to go 100% perfect. You're going to have bad runs. It was a bad run for me on the day. Completely 100% my fault, which I'll talk about later in this video. I was lucky enough to get out, have a run the next day, and that bad run was pretty much forgotten. So I got a lot more out of that event than just the run. Look guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I have struggled over the past few months making videos here on YouTube. These videos take a lot of time, they take a lot of work, and when you put them out there in YouTube land and the results come in, those analytics, those numbers, and you see that the views are quite low, it really is disheartening, and it just had me questioning whether I would continue to do what I have been doing here on YouTube for the past 5 years. Don't get me wrong, I love the process of editing these videos and putting them together. I'm not as comfortable in front of the camera. I haven't got a big personality or a big presence like a lot of other people. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes you just think, well, would my time be better off spent elsewhere? During that 15k run, when I was starting to struggle towards the back end, I'm still getting the GoPro out to film. I really did question whether this was something that I wanted to continue to do, or whether the time that I spend on YouTube or making these videos would be better utilised somewhere else.
Not my day, guys. I don't feel 100%. I feel pretty ordinary, actually. I'm struggling. Legs feel like tree trunks.
And then, yeah, it really hit me because throughout the whole morning, I had so many people come up to me, introduce themselves, say g'day, share their stories. Craig hadn't run for 20 years, said he got back into running a few months ago because he'd found my channel and was motivated and inspired to get out the door and take up running again. The GC30, I think he did the 7.5 kilometre, was his first event since he returned to running. Another guy, Mike, took up running during COVID, found the channel, was getting inspiration, motivation from the content that was here. And young Pierce as well, I've come across him at the last few events. Really heartwarming for me that these people have found that they're getting a source of motivation to get out the door, to start running, to keep running because of what I'm doing here. And this is not something just for this event. This has happened at the past few events where people have come up and shared similar stories. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to come up and share those stories. I find it difficult to accept that I'm providing motivation and inspiration to you. A little bit embarrassing, I guess you could say, because I'm an older runner. I'm almost 58. I'm slowing down. And to think that there are people out there who are getting what they need from the channel to start or continue on their running journey is fantastic and means a hell of a lot to me. And people like Craig and Mike who shared their stories, it was like a lightning bolt moment that gave me clarity on where the future direction of my running journey is likely to go. I don't consider myself to be a talented runner by any stretch of the imagination. Whatever I've achieved in running has been from bloody hard work. My wife will tell you that there has been times when I have just been obsessive about running. And I guess an example there is the chase for the sub 3 hour marathon. I chased and chased that time for many, many years. Finally broke through in my early 50s. And so much of this channel has been about following my running journey, how I've gone about my running over the past 5 years, coming back from knee injury, using MAF, using different running methods, being able to run another sub-3 marathon a couple of years ago there at Melbourne. And you have all come along for the ride, and I am greatly appreciative of everyone who has followed my running journey over the past 5 years and all the support that you have given. That is the next chapter in my running journey, and that'll be to help people, get people out the door, to take up running, to keep running, to be healthy, to improve their lifestyles. It's not about subscribers or views. Mind you, I'd love more subscribers and views, but if one person watches my videos and feels inspired or motivated to lace up some running shoes and get out the door and take up running or to continue their running journey, then that's a win-win for me. And it doesn't matter if I have 10 views or 10,000 views on videos.
Good morning. The sun's just peeking its way up above the clouds. Down here at the GC30, running the 15k, just doing a little warm-up, a couple of k, got about 40 minutes before we head off.
So let's quickly recap the 15k there at the GC30. Horrible run. I got over it really quickly and just moved on. It was my own fault what happened on the day. I was running around before the start, getting footage of the 30-kilometre start. What actually happened was that the start was delayed because there was issues with traffic and getting runners to the start. It was a rolling start for the 30k, which went off first. Because I was concentrating on getting footage, I wasn't listening to the announcements of what waves were coming through, and I was filming a little bit and I noticed that there was a 15k bib in the starting area. So I jumped in. The next pacing group that I saw had 5 minutes, and I thought, well, 4:30 pacing group must have gone. So I jumped in there, and then we were away. I got to about a kilometre in and thought, this doesn't seem right. I looked around, there was still a lot of 30k bibs, the odd sprinkling of 15k bibs. At the start, there's a short out and back section. So I got to about a mile after that first turnaround and noticed that the 15k leaders were coming the opposite way. So I had jumped in with the back end of the 30k runners. I had a decision to make then. Would I continue or would I wait for my pace group?
All right, I've made a monumental up because it was a rolling start. 30k started late. I thought my wave was starting, and unfortunately I've jumped in at the back end of the 30k runners, and well, I'm about 1,500, 1,600 metres in, and I've just seen my pace group go past in the opposite way. So I've pulled off to the side of the course. Just an absolute disaster. It's my own fault. Wasn't paying enough attention. Here, take my medicine and I'll just wait until this pace group catches up, and then I'll join in on them. But we're going to run into the back end of the 30k runners again. Okay, that was the 15k leader, so my group won't be too far away. Oh, I'm really angry with myself for doing that. Lesson learned, pay attention. Heaps and heaps of people. All right, I can see my group, so I'm going to just start jogging so that I'm moving when they catch up to me. Here comes the group.
It was okay for about 3 or 4 kilometres. I was with the pace group, was feeling okay. At 6 to 7k, when we turned off the road and we ran through some of the trail sections, I just started to struggle straight away. By the time I got to 10, 11, 12k, the legs were just not in the game.
Not my day, guys. Don't feel 100%. Feel pretty ordinary, actually. Legs feel like tree trunks. 10k, 45, 50, but I'm struggling. Quads feel terrible. Hammies are tight.
Started to feel a little bit of a twinge in my left calf around about 13k.
Left calf is cramping, not good.
So I was really mindful of that over the last 10 minutes.
1k to go. Oh, it can't come soon enough, I tell you.
And I was just so glad to see the finish line, I really was. Why did I feel like that on the day? I don't know. It's probably a whole combination of things. Maybe the medication I'm on, I've underestimated it. You know, I was told that some of the side effects would be aching muscles. I just felt terrible in the quads during that run. Maybe it was the fact that I didn't finish work until 11 o'clock the night before, was up at 5 o'clock, only about 4 hours sleep. I don't know, that may have been an issue as well. I didn't taper for this event in any way, but the 3 days leading up to the GC30, all easy days, I felt fresh enough. I had some food on the morning of the run. I had a couple of pieces of toast, had a banana. It wasn't my day, yeah, and I just struggled to hit that 4 minutes 30 per kilometre pace, that half marathon goal pace. Just a bad run. I've moved on since then, and I'm back in the swing of things now. I will say though, my shoes that I did wear, the Asics Metaspeed, well, that's the medal as well there, guys. These shoes that I've been using in these events, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus, anything over 10k, my feet are just reacting in a very negative way. Remember, I ran a marathon in 2022 in this shoe. My feet got so sore towards the end of earlier this year. I ran a 12k race. My feet got sore towards the end, sore for a couple of days. And the 15k I ran in the shoe as well, and my feet were just aching and sore for about the last 3 or 4k. And even the couple of runs in the days after, my legs just felt a little bit beat up, especially in the Achilles area and lower calf. I think it's these shoes. I don't have a problem anything up to 10k. I've run some good 5k park runs in the Metaspeed Skies. But I think from now on, they will just have to be a shoe that I will keep to under 10k, because there's just something about them and my foot that don't see eye to eye. All right, guys, that's, I think, it for the 15k at the GC30. I've moved on really quickly from that. Like I said, that event has given me some real clarity about my running journey in the future. Really hope that you'll continue along on this journey with me. Excited to see what the next chapter will be after we get past the Gold Coast half marathon and this series, the sub 135 series. Thanks very much if you've got all the way through to this point in the video. I know I have laid it on pretty thick at the start. Yeah, onwards and upwards, I guess. So wherever you are, run well, run safe, be kind to each other, and I'll catch you in the next run. Take care. Hooroo.